Vengeance! Hey everybody, how you doing? My name is Hector, and I'm here to talk about Moon Knight. And I had to do that by using this figure here. This is from an old Marvel Legends line, I think from a couple years ago. This one's based on the comics. Pretty decent. Anyway, enough of that. So as I said, I'm here to talk about Moon Knight. The season finale has finally come out today, and I have seen all 6 episodes. And I wanted to talk about it a little bit. Overall, my thoughts on the show, I quite enjoyed it. I didn't love it as much as I thought I would. I had some problems here and there, which I'll get into a little bit, but I'd say the show for the most part was pretty solid. I liked it quite a bit. So yeah, can't wait to talk about it. The show, I didn't really know much about the character of Moon Knight before going in. I knew some stuff here and there, but nothing really concrete. I just knew that there were some split personalities involved or dissociative identity disorder that I know. And I know, and I know about like what he used and such. The first time I actually knew Moon Knight though was actually from one of the comic books from Ultimate Spider-Man. Oh god, this thing's really hard to show. There you go. See? And this is Moon Knight, as you can see right here. Good look at that. And also Punisher and Daredevil are in it. So I wanted to show off just to give you an idea of, for where my base of Moon Knight was. And also I knew him from the Ultimate Alliance video game, which hopefully someone remembers because that game is awesome. I love that game so much. But yeah, as for the plot, yeah, back to the show. As for the plot of Moon Knight, it's basically about a guy named Stephen Grant who, seems like any other ordinary person, which works at a museum. But one day, these weird things start to happen. Or actually, I wouldn't say one day. Like all of a sudden, these weird occurrences happen. He starts waking up in places where he shouldn't be, and he's wondering what is happening with me. And little does he know that he has some other personality within himself. Thus, when the other personality starts taking over, he goes into this journey and fighting this or trying to stop this guy from taking over the world. Well, kind of. Basically, he wants to save the world, but his way of saving it is a little... His methods are questionable. Let's just put it that way. And along the way, there's a lot of action, wackiness, and some really, really weird stuff, and a really sad backstory. Let's see. Where do I start? Oh, the first episode. Okay, the first episode was awesome. I love that first episode so much. I think the way this show started, it started out really well. I was into it. It was a little scary. I loved how weird it was, and I loved how Steven, played by Oscar Isaac, who, by the way, Oscar Isaac is so good in this series. Like, oh my god, every episode he's in, he makes this show work. Honestly, I don't think the show would have worked half as much if it wasn't for him. He was incredible. I felt everything he was feeling. And the way he was changing from his personalities from Stephen Grant to Mark Spector, it was seamless. And like he did it like in a flick of a switch. And then next thing, he just, I don't know. It was so good. Like he had a lot of really great material to work with. And, and it led into some really powerful moments with his character later on, especially in episode 5, which I'll get to in a moment. But back to episode 1, I thought the episode was really good, and I really liked how it started, and it really it got me hooked into the series. Moving on to episodes 2 and 3, however, I think it slowed down a little bit too much for my liking. It was still enjoyable. There were some pretty cool action sequences thrown in the series, which I have to say there was some pretty cool action, especially in episode 3, where there was a moment in the episode, like when Moon Knight was fighting, and this was pretty much me. What? Oh my god. Okay, eat your heart out, Batman. Just forget it. Oh my god, man, Moon Knight, man, he was crazy in that action scene. You'll know when you see it. I don't want to get into too much details, but I thought it was pretty cool. But back to what I was saying with episodes 2 and 3, I did think there were little slow points, and I didn't think it get as wacky as they did. I mean, it was still pretty wacky, as I mentioned earlier, with the action scene, and of course, and some of the stuff regarding Khonshu, which I won't get into too much, but I will say he was quite an interesting presence. Though the guy voicing him, he was pretty cool too. I'm trying to remember the name, but he was really cool. The character was pretty abusive, though, at times with Steven and Mark. He was just saying, do what I want. And yet Steven's like, no, I don't want to do it. Well, Steven and Mark, but you get the idea. I almost forgot. And also the villain, the main villain in the series, played by Ethan Hawke. I thought he was really good, too. What I really liked about his character, though, is the fact that I liked that he wasn't just some bad guy who he actually had a good motivation for what he was doing, and I understood what he was coming from. Though at the same time, I was thinking to myself, I don't really think that's how it works, because his character, wants to judge people, but the thing is, he's doing it, before they commit the crime, So I thought it was kind of interesting, so it kind of reminded me a little bit of Captain America: The Winter Soldier in a way. But though the way they do it is completely different. You'll see what I mean when you watch the series. But I thought his villain was pretty good, and I thought, and there were some pretty cool sequences involving him and him and his conversations with Mark/Steven. And also, there's another character here. She is allies with Moon Knight, more or less. I thought she was pretty cool too. I liked her, and the woman playing her, I thought she was really great. Again, I can't remember the woman's name. I don't know where else she just popped up in. Some of the actors I'm not really so sure about it. But I did like her though, and I thought she had some pretty good chemistry with Oscar Isaac. Trying to figure out what else, because there was so much in that series. However, while I did think episodes 2 and 3 were slow, when it got to episodes 4 and 5, though, I thought the show really picked back up, and we got into some really, it got really weird. And I thought the show was kind of weird from the start, but man, episodes 4 and 5, it was stuff like I haven't really seen before. Again, I won't get into spoilers, but I will say that, when it got to around near the end of episode 4, I was wondering, this is the weirdest thing I've seen, and I've seen a lot of weird stuff. Because something happens with Mark/Steven, and it's just, I was really confused. I was like, I don't know, at points throughout the series, I was questioning whether or not what was happening was actually for real or not. So it kind of made me wonder what exactly was happening. But I thought that was kind of an interesting thing that they did with the show, kind of making you question reality a little bit, whether or not is this all in his head or what. And again, you'll know what I mean when you see it. And also episode 5, and after episode 4, episode 5, that's pretty much more or less where we really find out what happened with Mark and Steven. And that was probably one of the most heartbreaking episodes I've seen in any of the Marvel shows. Though there was a lot of heartbreak in some of the Marvel shows. Like WandaVision and What If, but oh my God. There is this moment that's revealed about with Mark, and that whole thing broke my heart, what was going on. And it really made me feel for the character of, it made me feel for the character of Mark and Steven, and how they came to be. It was bittersweet. I don't know if I'm making sense here, but just the way they did it, and how things are, how they explained it and such. I thought it was really powerful. And Oscar Isaac, again, as I mentioned, he was amazing. And again, the emotions that he was going through, it felt very raw, and I bought it. You buy it. You it all felt genuine, and also when the way episode 5 ended, I thought was really interesting. But yeah, the episode 5 was. I say episodes 1, 4, and 5 were my favorite. They were amazing, and a lot of it really came down to how weird it was, as well as the psychological aspects of it, and of course the Oscar Isaac's performance. As for the season finale, I'm very mixed on though. I thought it was enjoyable. It was so cool, but I swear I felt it was on fast forward because it felt rushed. I mean, it just went like on. It's like someone just pressed the fast forward button like that, and just like, we gotta go, we gotta do this now. Like finish it. We have to get to the end as fast as possible. You know, and it felt, and a lot of things didn't really. It didn't really give me time to breathe. You know, there wasn't enough breathing room, and I'm trying to figure out what else like kind of but I mean, but it was still enjoyable, like the whole thing, and it wasn't boring at least, so you know, so that was good. But with that said, it was still all really well done. Like I talk about the cinematography in the show, it was breathtaking. The way the series was shot, it just, man, it was mesmerizing to look at times, and it was very cinematic. Like I loved how the lighting was used and the colors. The photography was amazing. Also, just everything about the way the show looked, it just popped. And also the costumes. The costumes look so cool. Moon Knight looks awesome. I oh my god! And also his other costume, which you'll see. Oh god, and I love those costumes so much. I loved it so much. Oh my god. Trying to figure out what else. Also the music. The music was really good too. I remember there was this beat that was playing in episode 3 in the credits, and it was stuck in my head, and I was just kind of dancing along the way, you know. Also, I don't know. There's so much. I don't know. There's so many other things to say. There was so much in that show that I remembered. God, I don't know if there's anything else to say. But yeah, overall, I said that it was pretty good. It was a good show. Not perfect. Again, my biggest problems was some of the pacing here and there. Some of the episodes felt a little too slow, or in this case with this season finale, it felt rushed. But despite that, the performances are strong. The action sequences are enjoyable. The music is great. The cinematography is just great, and I love how everything was set up with the camera angles, and of course all the costumes, and also the production design and such. Everything looked really good. So overall, I was satisfied with it. I think it was a good show, and if they're gonna do another season, I'm in. All right, well, I hope you enjoyed my initial thoughts on Moon Knight. Nothing crazy to do. I just wanted to do a video on it. I'm sorry for running a little too long, but I had a lot to say on it. By the way, tomorrow I am finally going to be seeing Doctor Strange Into the Multiverse of Madness. I am so hyped for it, guys. I have been so excited for it. Oh my god. It's actually happening. It's actually happening. Okay, so all right, well, yeah, and of course I'm definitely going to do a video on Doctor Strange, so stay tuned for that. All right, well, all right, I hope you enjoyed my, as I said, I hope you enjoyed my video on Moon Knight, and of course stay tuned for the Doctor Strange video, and don't forget to rate, comment, subscribe, and yeah, all right, stay safe, guys, and yeah, all right, bye.